supposed to be here later on, man. But as soon as those documentations get here, please leave it on my desk. I mean, oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docz Daily, where you get daily documentations from your boy, Sean Blazy. Ha ha ha. But ain't nothing funny though. Okay, we going through these papers about what happened with Biggie and Tupac Shakur. And I know a lot of people out there thinking this is some old news. But in order for y'all to understand how these sacrifices be working, I gotta show y'all how it really goes down from the drawing board. Now, y'all seen these videos before. You seen a lot of conspiracy videos on YouTube in the past. But what happened with Biggie and Tupac was getting ready to be sacrificed by Biggie, and he survived. And he came back and told everybody exactly what happened. The play by play. Biggie tried to sacrifice me for fortune and fame. And people still believe like Tupac just wanted to start a beef, or Tupac was just trying to get some money, or Biggie was innocent. You hear theories for 20, 30 years about Biggie not having nothing to do with Tupac's assassination attempt. And then when Tupac died, a lot of people believe Biggie had something to do with that. So it took two times to get this man. The first time it didn't work, and this ain't no laughing matter. But we about to go through this so y'all can understand how these sacrifices work in Hollywood. It's not just one person involved. There'd be a bunch of people that benefit off of somebody leaving. Biggie was Tupac's best friend. Tupac had rhymes about having Biggie sleeping on the couch. I used to get chicks to bang you. Now I'm sleeping with your wife. You would have thought Tupac was a stalker or something like that. We about to get into this news, man. But before we do that, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button. Don't forget to show me some love, because all I ever do is show y'all some love. Also hit that Cash App too, $ Sean Blaze Docz. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these highly classified documentations, because y'all gonna have to learn today, and we're about to get into it right now. Check this out, y'all. Biggie knew Tupac would be ambushed in 1994, alleges Los Angeles Times reporter. So, according to this reporter, Biggie already knew it was going to happen in advance. Los Angeles Times journalist Chuck Phillips has more surprising allegations concerning the musical icons Tupac Shakur, Notorious Big, Christopher Wallace, and Sean P. Diddy Combs in an article for the New York Times published Monday. On March 17, Phillips alleges that Combs and Wallace were aware a week in advance that Tupac would be ambushed in the 1994 shooting at New York's Quad Records in New York City, 2 years before he was shot and killed in Vegas. So the news is out there. When you put a hit out on somebody, you got to have the receipts, the tracking number. You would have thought they had the UPS man do this hit. Oh, he'll be here at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. It was definitely a setup. Allegedly, it was a setup. Now, I don't know all the details, but when you're dealing with these Hollywood sacrifices, man, anything is possible. So, if you want to put on your conspiracy theorist hat, you can definitely do that in this case, because it's an unsolved mystery, but it's something that everybody already know. You might want to not admit that you know what's going on, but if you got a brain, you understand it was some foul play when this man came back from the dead, calling himself Machiavelli, and told the world exactly what was going on. And people thought he was crazy. They were advised in advance of what was going to happen. Phillips told MTV News on Saturday they did not know the assailants were going to be shooting. In fact, the assailants were told no shooting, but Tupac pulled the gun and it went haywire. It was supposed to be a severe beating. Now listen, man, when you talk about rituals and no shooting, we just want you to grab him. Ain't no telling what's going on in the basement of the studio. You had a whole lot of key players there sitting there waiting for Pac. It's not like they was up there doing no music. They Lil C's rolling blunts looking out the window. If you see the Biggie movie, Lil C's looking out the window like, oh, Big Pac's here. Oh, tell him to come up, C's. They probably had some rituals set up in the basement. I'm not even sure 100%, but things went the other way. But either way, they was going to get Tupac, man. Yeah, Diddy released a statement Monday calling the story beyond ridiculous and completely false. Shakur was at DJ Ron's home, laying down raps for a mixtape on no. Did they do mixtapes back then?
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
think I ever heard a Tupac Shakur mixtape, but it was November 30th, 1994. He was called to Quad Studios to rap on the song by Uptown artist Lil Sean. And look, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know. Like, I'm old and my rap career ain't really go nowhere like that. I mean, I was trying to get it started, but I got a couple of songs on YouTube. But look, if I would have had that song with Tupac, your boy probably would be a platinum selling artist right now. But that's Negro here nor there. For which he was to be paid $7,000 when Pac got to the studio. He was robbed, beaten, and shot, and reported 5 times by the assailants, although some reports say he shot himself twice accidentally. Look, man, they said when Tupac was pulling a gun out of his underwear, he made a mistake and shot himself in the balls. Now, we don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised, because when you high and you drunk and you scared, ain't no telling what you're going to do. But yeah, Phillips' article also alleges that the main mastermind behind the Shakur setup was Jimmy Hitchman Roseman, who currently manages a slew of artists such as The Game and Gucci Mane. And both of them dudes been in trouble and done killed people and had situations happen that got their careers popping. So I'm saying all this to say it's a possibility, allegedly, that Biggie set up Tupac and Tupac survived to tell his story, and eventually he was sacrificed. They got him the second time. And then after that, Biggie passed away. Now, this is going to be a full documentary. I need y'all to stick with me because we're about to get into it right now. So make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, we're about to get into some very seriously deep information. So please stay tuned all the way until the end of the video.
As far as that Vibe interview, just read everything over and read my reply, read their reply, read what people say. Everybody that was there knows what happened.
Everybody was there.
I mean, my recollection of the story was I was shooting a video, the second half of Warning, which is on the B side of Big Papa. And I was shooting that around the block. And I heard my man was up at the studio doing a Junior Mafia session. So I got off at the reception area and I saw Andre and Little Sean. So I saw him saying what's up to them, I'm about to get on the elevator, and he comes out shot.
And this the crazy part. Puff talking about he get out the elevator to say what's up, and he see Tupac is shot. Like, you didn't hear them shots? It wasn't one shot neither. Somebody shooting downstairs. Y'all know what's going on. Don't make it seem like you ain't have a clue until you seen him all bloody. What happened? They probably ain't expect him to be alive. Like, okay, that's the end of the gunshot, so ain't nobody here for us. Check this out, man.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
As soon as he comes out shot, me and my man, we try to sit him down. He called his mom. He asked my man if he could roll him a blunt. You know what I'm saying? We asked him if he's all right. He's just like, yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. And this ain't no laughing matter. So don't think this is a comedy video. This is some real serious stuff. So they got Tupac situated. They sat him down, rolled him a blunt, and called his mama. Dear mama. Them sound like some guilty motherfuckers to me. If I'm concerned about your well-being, I'm not about to roll you a blunt.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not about to call your mama for what? Bro, we need to get you some help. Matter of fact, if the ambulance taking too long, we got to get him downstairs. It wasn't a sense of urgency for nothing. Fix him some soup. Lay down, take a nap, Pop. Take a load off, buddy. You hungry? Want some chips? Want some fries, man? We got you. That ain't what you do to somebody that you care about. You nervous as hell. They on the phone with his mama. They done called up Suge Knight. Hold on, man.
I don't know what's going on.
Let me run that back a little bit.
His mom, he asked my man if he could roll him a blunt. As As soon as he comes out shot, me and my man, we try to sit him down. He called his mom. He asked my man if he could roll him a blunt. You know what I'm saying? We asked him if he's all right. He's just like, yeah, I'm all right. I don't know what's going on.
Tupac said, nobody approached me. Nobody will look at me. That's because your balls was dangling off, man. I wouldn't have been able
Oh
to look
my
at you neither.
goodness.
And rest in peace to the dead, man. Tupac and Biggie. The main reason why I'm doing this, like I said earlier, man, y'all gotta understand how this goes. Because these new artists don't have no substance. So you listen to their music and they rapping about bubblegum or whatever they talking about, and they be doing some wild sacrifices and you don't believe it because homie got a pink perm and he like to jiggle his hips. That don't mean that they not doing hardcore sacrifices. Hold on, y'all.
We just there trying to comfort him. Andre Harrell went and made sure he was calling the ambulance. And I mean, everybody that was there was very supportive of him. It was just the total opposite. As soon as he came out, everybody ran towards him. There was nothing but love and concern.
They got
You know what that is? That's like when you know you're doing something wrong and your mom come home from work early and you thought she was going to do the night shift and you having the whole party up in there. You got freaks in the living room getting it on, smoking weed. You know you wrong. And mama come in the door. You better clean up, do them dishes. You better make mama look. Mama, you want something to drink, some coffee? I got you, mom. You trying to catch her before she realized what the fuck is going on in her house. They wasn't expecting Tupac to still be alive. When he came upstairs, they're like, oh, shit. Andre Harrell on the phone with the ambulance. Biggie calling his mother. Lil C's rolling up a blunt. Got weed falling all over the place because he nervous. Puffy dancing. They know they was wrong. Hold on, man.
They got different accounts of what happened, and I'm the one with the bullet wounds.
I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, your mind is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
I was there for the whole thing. No one else was there for the whole thing.
I don't really know the purpose of why the story was said in another way of context.
It's not important that other people know what happened to me. I just said it. Now that I said it, it's dead. You can believe me or not believe me. I did what I had to do.
I mean, God knows the truth.
Yeah. Now, you got to realize that Biggie and Puffy was in a desperate situation. First of all, your hip-hop artist weigh like 500 pounds and he's not attractive and you trying to sell all these records. He can rap and all that, got the skills, but he gonna be a hard sell to the public, man. I remember when Biggie first came out, all the girls was just disgusted, like, ew, who is that? We is not listening to his album. He looked like he stank. And on top of that, you had Craig Mack. That was a hard sell as well. Like, damn. Everybody at Bad Boy, he ought to call it Sad Boy. Because them dudes, everything was dusty about them dudes. So Puffy, and now this is all alleged and everything, but he like, man, we got to sell these damn records. Tupac was the perfect target if all of this is true. You make him your best friend so you can sacrifice his ass. Set him up real good so we can have all the clout. So all that he had going on, you can embody that. Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say Tupac passed away that night at the studio. Puffy and Biggie would have had a bunch of I'm Missing You songs. I believe Biggie would have rolled that, yeah, he was my best friend. Pac showed me everything and he told me I was next up. Now that he out the way, I'm going to ride for Pac, man. I'm going to do it for Pac. At the Source Awards, he wouldn't have been talking about Brooklyn. He was like, Tupac, we did it. We did it, Pac. We did it. And that would have been his claim to fame. Every album, I got Tupac on my arm. Rest in peace to Pac. Every other bar, I'm looking for them niggas that did Pac in. Y'all know I ain't lying.
There's no religion about getting shot. I'm not trying to get any converts.
Man, look, if you get shot, that's like when you was coming up, your little crew of friends, the people you grew up with in your neighborhood, used to hang out with them and everything. You get shot and don't nobody know nothing. And y'all all at the same park. Some dudes run up on you and shoot you, and your boys don't have a clue. Like, they ain't see nothing. They don't know nothing. You're going to be thinking that they had something to do with it. Especially if you out of town. You ain't even really from their town like that. So, look, we about to continue on because it's about to get even deeper. I need y'all to pay attention. Let me see who up in the building real quick. Okay, we got some people up in here. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a beautiful night. And we about to get back into this news, man. Check this out. Okay, here we go.
Eating us, really not knowing nothing in the business was because with the Jews. Biggie
Want to do what I got to do. If you didn't already do it, go take it.
What happened was Biggie came at a time, just like what Hitler did with the Jews. Biggie came at a time when they were open to somebody saying, we're the master race, and these guys are nothing, and they're pretenders, and this is why we not making it in the business is because of these guys. This is why we not doing nothing, because of these guys. So the East Coast really not hating us, really not knowing nothing about us, but just listening to their supposed to be leader, you know, listening to the person that was representing for them. Like, yeah, okay, well, Biggie, he from Brooklyn, woo. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And so all of a sudden people saying stuff that they didn't even know was what they was doing was like ending our culture when we started. We held it down for y'all. That's how I felt. I was in tears like, what? When y'all was out there on when LL was dancing with women in silver suits and niggas was on some other shit, which I'm not mad at because I might do that one day. And I love them niggas, you know what I mean? But I'm saying when you was being creative and wanting to try other boundaries, we was holding it down with this whole...
One more thing with the thing.
Now, this is why it's hard to believe anything that Tupac says. Is because he's a true Gemini. And if you like, shout out to all my Geminis out there, but I don't trust y'all. Geminis be lying a lot. You get involved with a Gemini, their whole life is a lie. Like, damn, I thought you said you was a female. Hold up.
Oh my goodness.
Geminis just don't keep it a buck. Like, they will literally make up a whole life story and give it to you. And they actually, they lie so much, they believe they own lies. But in the case of Tupac Shakur, a lot of the stuff he was saying, if he would have said it in a different type of way, it would have been more believable. It's the aggression that make you feel as if, he's just talking to be talking. But as you will see in this documentary, a lot of this stuff he was saying was nothing but facts, man.
That's so profound what you're saying.
But it's real, huh?
It's real. It's so real. I never thought
But
about
it's
it.
realer than what
so
brothers.
Profound.
They see people think it's realer than what they think.
People think I just got out of jail and was like, just because I got shot on the East Coast, I'm like, fuck the East Coast.
Yeah.
No. Half the rappers from the East Coast was there when I got shot. Nobody knew a thing. That's just like you come into the hood and the police ask them what happened, and everybody's like, I don't know. You know they lying. And all I was doing was like, give me my proper etiquette. If Biggie was out here on the West Coast, he was in the studio with me and we homeboys, and he got shot, no, I wouldn't tell him who did it, but I wouldn't go ride on niggas who did it, but he would want to know who did it. And I'd be like, look, man, these niggas from Watts did it. Boom, this is why they want to talk to you. When. That's how I do it. Just like when the niggas from the 60s wanted to get a stretch. I went to them personally and talked to them.
I don't know if I believe that. Pac is saying that if the shoe was on the other foot and Biggie got shot on the West Coast, he would have told Biggie who did it. I don't believe, I can't speak for Pac, but I don't believe if Suge Knight shot Biggie, Pac gonna tell Biggie that Suge shot him. Like, yeah, with that nigga Suge. I seen him when he did it, Biggie. I got your back, homie. We gonna ride on death row for life. I just can't see that happening, man. I just don't think. I think Pac would have did the same thing Biggie did. Like, oh, well, shit, everybody take L's. But in this situation, I think Biggie had a lot to do with it, y'all. Check this out.
Do it by the rules of etiquette. So I got shot. I'm like, yo, what happened? Come see me in jail. Biggie all in the air, talking about, yeah, Pac is my homeboy, womb, but not seeing me. My homeboy Stretch is going to Biggie's concerts. Niggas is like abandoning me. But all in the air and on TV, they like, yeah, Pac, rest, you know, keep the struggle on. I was like, yo, I'm starting to turn into like Slick Rick. Niggas is just gonna act like I'm gonna just be in jail and they gonna give me shout outs and try to take my position. And if you watch, that's what Biggie did. Listen to us. I was there, nigga. I trained the nigga. He used to be under me like my lieutenant. The nigga, I used to come in New York. I used to do shows and let the nigga come on before I did Keep Your Head Up and Get Around. Because nobody knew the nigga in New York.
You see the play? See how that went down? Tupac was out there getting Biggie hot, getting him right. And that's the same thing that happened with Jay-Z and Biggie. Everything that happened with Tupac and Biggie is the same thing that happened with Jay-Z and Biggie. Now, Tupac letting the world know. Nobody knew who he was. I would let him come out, open up shows and rock with me and hang tight with him. And eventually, Biggie set his ass up so he can take his spot. Now, I'm not saying Jay-Z has something to do with Biggie's passing because that's ridiculous. But come on now. Ain't nobody really know who Jay-Z was until he got that Biggie cosign. And Biggie would do shows and Jay-Z would open up for Big. And as soon as Biggie died, Jay-Z like, oh, I got to do this for Big. Now that you're gone, I'm going to take them rings and drop albums nonstop for you, nigga. It's a hard knock life. And that's when he blew up. Look, man, that's the same thing Biggie was going to do with Pac. And Pac would have passed. He would have pulled the Jay-Z and would have been the hottest rapper in the game after that. But things didn't work out like that. Now, y'all can say, oh, these sacrifice videos are stupid. But Tupac came back from the dead to let y'all know exactly how it went. Y'all still don't want to believe it. But that's on y'all.
And I used to tell a nigga, yo, if you want to make your money, you got to rap for the bitches. Do not rap for the niggas. I told the nigga, don't rap for the niggas. Rap for the bitches. The bitches will buy your records and the niggas want what the bitches want. So all of a sudden, he changed from being listen to party and bullshit. Listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa. Because of me. He had my album, Me Against the World was the second one. He had the first one. I changed everything because Ready to Die came out and it sounded like my album. All my album was about, you know, dealing with death. And then he came.
Yo, Biggie's first album sounded like a Tupac album. Let's just be real. I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. With the chain, with the fame, there's something no ain't gang. Yo, if you took any of them Biggie songs and had Tupac rap the lyrics, you would have thought it was a Tupac album. Who the fuck is this? Page me at 5, 6 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the tears out my eyes. See who's this paging me and why. It's my nigga Pop from the barbershop. Told me that he got the infamous spot. A nigga zipping the pot and said they wanted to stick it like cream, baby. Sold on dumb hoop, boom, drop the cable. Remember them niggas up the hill up in Brownville that you blunt with, the smoke with, but got blunt with. Yeah, them nigga fame up in Prospect. Nah, that's my nigga, nah, love wouldn't disrespect. I didn't say them. I schooled me to some niggas that you knew from back when you was clocking major figures. Now they see you blown up like nitro. Now they want to put the knife through your windpipe slow. Thank them for warning me, cause now I'm warning you. I got the gat, nigga, tell me what you want to do. Damn, nigga want to stick me for my paper. It would have been a Tupac album, man. So I ain't saying Pac is lying. But he threw people off with that Hit 'Em Up song because it was real aggressive and it sounded like he was hating. But he had real reasons to be mad.
I was ready to die and I had to switch it.
Wow.
That's why it was less East Coast rap, East Coast beats, because Biggie had just took my shit.
That's what, but you could listen to it. That's what that was a success too, because he took like West Coast sound.
We flipped it. I told him that. I told him that I trained. He was supposed to be Thug Life. All while he was coming up, I used to let him come on stage with me. He was screaming Thug Life.
Hey, cause I
he
saw
was like,
I
hate Brooklyn, I hate New York. I'm out with them niggas, puppy cheating me. Woo woo woo. All of a sudden he blew up, and he wasn't saying Thug Life. So I started getting mad, and I was seeing the niggas plays. He was hugging me, yo, Pac, yo, thank you, the only nigga that woo woo. But he told me like, about a week before I got shot. He knew the nigga that was shot me, and he was like, Pop, don't hang around this nigga, you know, we walked in with the nigga that shot me, that ended up shooting me. He's like, Pop, don't fuck with this nigga, because I knew the nigga too. He was my co-defendant.
Now, this is when stuff get freaky, and we gotta have this conversation, man.
Oh my goodness.
Now, everybody know that Tupac used to get them trizzies popping. I mean, a room full of dudes and a few females. Like, they all in there, butt naked, running around and just, you know, gang banging. Big Daddy Kane did interviews about it. This man had an inner freak. The whole rape situation allegation, it was one female and a bunch of dudes. Like, that's just how they got down. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Was Biggie involved in those type of sessions?
Oh my goodness.
Was Biggie running around the hotel room butt naked with Pop? I don't see why he would say no. Like, no, I'm gonna go home. Mom's making chili. See you tomorrow, Pop. Tell the girls I said goodnight. I'm pretty sure Biggie was in there skydiving off the roof onto the bed, man. Ain't no telling what they had going on. And people asked me some stupid questions on Instagram earlier. They asked me, do you think Biggie and Pac had an intimate relationship? Man.
Oh my goodness.
That's if Pac like big girls. I don't know his personal business, and I don't even want to think that far. But it is kind of diva-like, the way they've been carrying on in the media. I showed you everything. You was supposed to be my bitch. Hold on, wait, bitch. I know it was serious, but they beef was on to a whole nother level. Can you imagine if Biggie and Tupac were some females? That's why your baby daddy, you fat ass bitch. Get money. It's the West Side till I die, ho. That was me in the picture with your baby daddy. Can you imagine that shit, man? Oh, hold on.
He's like, I'll talk to you about it later, and we didn't talk. The next time I saw him was at the studio where I got shot. So I knew he knew what happened. So I was like, Biggie, what happened? He kept sending me messages like a bitch, you know, like, I'm gonna come see you. No, nigga, what happened? While I'm in jail, strangers is telling me, yo, you don't know? Biggie homeboy shot you. Cause they bragging, they telling they niggas in jail, yo, we just got popped, woo, woo, woo. And my cousin was in jail in New York, cause I got family out there. He's sitting right there while the niggas get in the car going, yo, my homeboys just jacked that nigga Tupac. So that's how I knew who shot me, what happened, and everything. They mad because I know what happened. That's why they all, you know, it's Biggie and them, they're not riding. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, I'm destroying them.
Now listen, man. If you in my neighborhood and you from across town and you just so happen to get jumped by some dudes in my neighborhood, look, bruh, I go to school with them niggas.
Oh my goodness.
You know, you can go back to school on the east side or the west side of town. But when I go to school, I share math with these dudes. We got the same lunch period. I'm not trying to have no smoke with these dudes over you. And you on a whole nother side of town. And that's the situation with Biggie. Like, look, man, I'm from Brooklyn. I represent Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn. Your ass can go anywhere. You be in California, Baltimore. You got you living with Madonna, Jasmine Guy. You be all over the place. I'm pretty much stuck here with these dudes. But at the same time, who don't know that Brooklyn is the grimiest borough in history, man? And all they do is rob people. That's what Brooklyn is known for. Robberies. And for Biggie to be from Brooklyn, he knows what's going on, who's who, and who did what and why they did it. And you the man in Brooklyn, so of course you know what's going on. And you got the power to prevent. I mean, all the people that Biggie was associated with, if he didn't want Pac to get robbed, he could have set that up. You got Puff, Andre Harrell, you got Jimmy Henchman, you got all these people. But this is when, okay, we got to get into this real quick.
Oh
And like I said, I'm not trying to be here all night, but it's an episode of the Boondocks with, what's his name? Gangstalicious. And it's basically the Tupac story. And it's a comedy cartoon, but it's a whole lot of truth involved in that. When you got these dudes that be in and out of jail and they repping thug life and they a part of that thug culture. Look, man, Tupac was looking like a snack to these dudes. He got the nose ring with the Aunt Your Mama bandana. It wouldn't be long before they start pouring syrup all over that man.
Oh my goodness.
In the way it went down, you got dudes buying you clothes, holding you down, buying you jewelry, treating you like a high price hoe. And then you front on one of them dudes and we ain't cool no more. Or you cool with somebody else and you don't want to hang no more. You broke my heart. And how you just gonna leave me for the next nigga? And it's a lot of cupcake stuff that be going on in the thug culture that people don't want to talk about. And I ain't accusing Tupac or nothing. And then you get with Suge, he big and light skinned it, and you all hugged up under his breast. It's pictures where Suge Knight is hugging Tupac, and it's like Tupac is squeezed between his breasts. Like it was just a weird situation, man. And for Biggie to be with Puffy, like, do they like big girls?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, but we about to look. If Puffy was all over Rick Ross like that, and this man be braless with his legs gapped open, like, who knows? But we gonna save that for a whole nother video, man.
Fuck this wife. I'm fucking them in the game. Because I got family out there. He's sitting right there while the niggas get in the car going, yo, my homeboys just jacked that nigga Tupac. So that's how I knew who shot me, what happened, and everything. They mad because I know what happened. That's why they all, you know, it's Biggie and them, they're not riding. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I fucked his wife. I'm fucking them in the game. I'm destroying him. He lives by the rules of the game. He lives off a mafia image. I'm bringing him, showing how he totally disregarded the rules of the game, and he's everything but a mafia nigga.
You reinventing it.
Right, I'm showing him. You know what I mean? Like if anybody's a mafia nigga, me, nigga. I fucked your bitch. I took 5 shots. I went in your crew. I mean, I just what?
Mm-hmm.
I went to New York. They don't do shows out here. I did Saturday Night Live. Y'all forgot. Live.
And you gotta excuse Tupac. You know, people get it twisted. Like, oh, Tupac was only 25 years old, and a lot of his recordings took place before that. So he still had a lot of growing to do. So you can't judge Pac too harshly, you know. All this stuff he talking about, the mob, and it was a bunch of older dudes around him that was influencing him to even think the way he thought. Even with the Vegas situation, people talking about the reason why he stomped out Orlando Brown is because of a situation that happened with somebody else from Death Row in the mall. But the truth be told, Pac probably heard about what's going on with the Southside Crips and Puffy, and how Puffy be having them come to their concerts on the West Coast, and it's a hit out on Pac for $1 million. Don't think Pac ain't hear those rumors. And if we know about it, Pac knew about it too. And they're like, oh, there go one of Puffy's boys. You supposed to be doing what? For $1 million, y'all supposed to be. And that's the reason why Pac was so mad. They're like, oh, Pac was trying to be involved in some gang ties, something he wasn't affiliated with. Look, man, he was all the way affiliated with the dudes that he put hands on, because it's been rumors, allegedly, Puffy was paying them dudes to do something to Pac. And like I said, I don't know nothing. I'm just going off of Vlad TV interviews and stuff I've been hearing for the years, you know? But that's Negro Henry.
In New York, where everybody knew I was going to be there on stage, no problems. Went to the clubs, everything. In the middle with my West Side ride. You know what I mean? Because I'm real about it. I don't hate New York, but if y'all don't understand it, then fuck it. You get rolled over too. Because I hear y'all. I was in jail and I heard what they were saying on the radios. You know how we got the wake up show? Right. You know, they got their own shows. They got their little mixed shows with Red Alert and this nigga and that nigga and what's his name? Flex. And I swear to God, dog, they used to diss the West Coast. They had these commercials where they be like, hey, dog, what's up, dog? And I used to be like in jail in New York on my radio like, oh, shit. You know how you would feel if you heard your home?
Look, man, and I'm not just saying this because I'm from New York, but people in New York had every right to diss people on the West Coast. You know? And I know that sounds crazy, but everybody had a right to diss people on the West Coast at that time. Because the music that they was putting out was a bunch of, I hate to say it, but coonery and buffoonery, man. I'm a West Side killer with my looks on, killing niggas everywhere that I go, Holmes. I got the 6'4" in the front and the back, kill a nigga in my Cadillac. Like, wasn't nothing respectful about NWA. It's me, a nigga with attitude. A bunch of dudes with jerry curls, and they talking about they gangsters and killers, and ain't none of them ever caught nobody. It's a big minstrel show, and anybody with a brain could see what the hell it was. Even Common came out with the song I Used to Love Her. Until you move to the West Coast and all them dudes rapping about pimping hoes and drinking for it. It was embarrassing. But on the East Coast, you had Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, De La Soul, a bunch of people creating music that express themselves in positive ways, man. And even when they was rapping about being fly and the clothes, it was about their skills. West Coast rap was black genocide rap. Ain't nobody respect that. I mean, let's just be real. And if anybody want to say something bad about Southern hip hop, hey man, be my guest. But just leave Outkast and the Goody Mob out of it. You can talk bad about Uncle Luke, pop that booty bass and all that other foolishness. So they had a right to pick on the West Coast because they wasn't doing nothing positive for nobody. And it was just a bunch of dudes trying to get a bag off of black culture. And we see the aftermaths of all this shit. Tupac influenced so many of these dudes out here now to live a thug life and all that BS. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. Let's just get back to this too.
Oh, it just clowned you, and I was like, oh man. Oh, and on my home. This the West Coast, they had these commercials where they be like, hey dog, what's up dog? And I used to be like in jail in New York on my radio like, oh shit. You know how you would feel if you heard your homeboy with home and just clowned you, and I was like, oh man. Oh, and all my homeboys like, yo, Puffy just did a show out here. I was like, how was it? It's like, good, we gave him love, we gave him this, we gave him that. He was talking all this unity shit, but then when they go home,
They be popping
Q-Tip, they made all these underground tapes dissing us.
Q-Tip?
Yes, Q-Tip.
Did Tupac just say yes? Did y'all hear that?
Oh my goodness.
He said Tupac was either the West Coast stupid ass niggas with the gangster rap, the hip hop with the bibbity bop. Q-Tip had West Coast diss songs. Don't motherfuckers, they be riding low riders. Don't even know how to spell fire. This is my empire. When I start to rap, nobody gets higher. I can't imagine Q-Tip doing a diss song. But he was going at the West Coast, and rightfully so. Listen at this, man.
And all my homeboys like, yo, Puffy just did a show out here. I was like, how was it? It's like, good, we gave him love, we gave him this, we gave him that. He was talking all this unity shit, but then when they go home,
They be popping
Q-Tip, they made all these underground tapes dissing us.
Q-Tip?
Yes, Q-Tip.
Tip me on some
So
shit.
then when niggas ride back, then they want to
They be popping
Q-Tip, they made all these underground tapes dissing us.
Q-Tip?
Yes.
Oh my God, Pac. Did he really just do that? Q-Tip, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play that one more time. I do apologize.
Talking all this unity shit, but then when they go home,
They be popping
Q-Tip, they made all these underground tapes dissing us.
Q-Tip?
Yes, Q-Tip.
Tip me on some
So
shit.
then when niggas ride back, then they want to talk about the culture and be hip-hop-ish again. But that's not fair. How you gonna be bold? And that's what they all do. They all play badasses. Same thing for the Fugees. They just diss me on the air on MTV.
Fugees diss you?
They're not personally diss the West Coast. They introduced my video as like California love. The East Side is the best side. I seen them. All them niggas was talking about how much they respect me and love me. See, I hate that. Because I be dead serious.
It's one thing when they...
Now, this is why Tupac is so much of a puzzle. Because you got all this loyalty to the West Coast. Well, what the hell are you doing on the East Coast? And where are you from? Where is he from? People on the West Coast would be like, Tupac ain't even from the East Coast. And people on the East Coast would be like, Tupac is from the West Coast. So, you know, hey, man, like I said, he's a puzzle. Tupac, man, look, I just don't know.
Now Chino XL is talking about. He got a rhyme where you know how you always got these little metaphors. He say, you'll get fucked like Tupac did in jail. Now I'm telling y'all beforehand, off the air, I'm gonna beat this nigga's ass. And everybody's gonna be talking about how wrong I am and how I haven't changed, but what am I supposed to do when a nigga disrespected my manhood like that?
But Tupac never denied it. As you just heard, Chino XL had a rhyme talking about you gonna get like Tupac did in jail. And he like, oh, when I see him, I'm gonna beat his ass because he's not supposed to disrespect my manhood. But the outspoken Tupac ain't say, I ain't never get raped in jail. Ain't nobody ever stick nothing in my booty. And rest in peace to Tupac. Because I don't think he no longer here. He might be. Shit.
Oh my goodness.
He probably listening right now with a bag full of pig skins. Like, whatever. He old as hell. Like, well, yeah, cut that off, man. Cut that off.
See what I mean? It's like I can't get out the game. Just like I'm saying, just like Scarface and that Carlito's way. I want to be legit. We got restaurants coming up with Alanis Morissette, me, Snoop, Sugar, and Alanis Morissette open up a restaurant.
Alanis is nice.
I'm doing a soundtrack, my first soundtrack.
Pause this. Did he say Alanis Morissette and him and Snoop Dogg coming up with a restaurant? The Jagged Little Mill. It's a little, if it tastes like I had this before, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. Like, oh, this them French fries that I had in California. Snoop Dogg, Alanis Morissette, and Tupac opened up a restaurant. Ain't nothing but a hippie party. Ain't nothing but a hippie party. This ain't nothing but a motherfucking hippie party. They got on tie-dye t-shirts and paint all over their face. Can you imagine that shit? Let's just get back to this, man.
I'm the music supervisor for this movie I'm doing Green Line. I got a line of... See what I mean? It's like I can't get out the game. Just like I'm saying, just like Scarface and that Carlito's way. I want to be legit. We got restaurants coming up with Alanis Morissette, me, Snoop, Sugar, and Alanis Morissette open up a restaurant.
Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and Alanis Morissette with a restaurant. Can you imagine the grand opening? Suge Knight hand Alanis Morissette the scissors, and she cut it. Welcome everybody, come in. Time for more gangster burgers.
Nice. I'm doing a soundtrack. My first soundtrack. I'm the music supervisor for this movie I'm doing Green Line. I got Alanis on there, Michelle, Incalatio, whatever her name is. All these alternative stars, no fact. All this shit coming up, but what's gonna reign supreme in 96 and 97 is the ride I'm doing.
Did he say Michelangelo is Michelatio or some shit? I got Alanis Morissette, Michelatio, some shit, whatever her name on the album.
All this shit coming up, but what's gonna reign supreme in 96, Michelle, Incalatio, whatever her name is. Sugar, Alanis Morissette open up a restaurant.
Alanis is nice.
I'm doing a soundtrack. My first soundtrack. I'm the music supervisor for this movie I'm doing Green Line. I got Alanis on there, Michelle, Incalatio, whatever her name is. All these alternative stars, no fact. All this shit coming up, but what's gonna reign supreme in 96 and 97 is the ride I'm doing. And it's not even like I feel like I'm doing it for hip hop. All I'm trying to do is get the imposters out. I remember Biggie sleeping on my couch. I remember begging bitches to fuck him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Like, baby, can you just let him rub your butt? Pac, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Come on, girl, do it for me. You know I'll do it for you. You'll fuck that fat motherfucker for me. I ain't mean it like that. Don't disrespect my manhood. Can you do it for me, please? Just take off your drawers for Biggie. Pac, I'm out. Bring your ass back here.
You feel me? Yeah. So Big Papa don't mean nothing to me. He know it. He know it. That's why he can't fight me. That's why he can't battle me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can make songs talking exactly about him, and he can't talk about me because he know. I'm the one that used to buy him champagne. All that shit he talking, that was me buying him that. He talking about my lifestyle with his album. Because when he was doing his album, he was broke, nigga. I was having money. The shit he talking about was my life. Thug life. That's what he talking about. All that Junior Mafia, them niggas was young motherfuckers that used to hang around that I used to give money to get on a train to go home at night. Little Caesar and all of them.
And Kim and all that.
Yeah, so now they rapping against me, and you can imagine how I fucking feel. When I got arrested in New York, I got arrested for big...
See, this is what happens when sacrifices don't go through, man. This is what you have to deal with. Now, Biggie made the album Life After Death. That's a double entendre. Like, life after death can mean so many different things. We killed him, but he still lived. He came back to life. It could mean my life after he's finally dead. Like, now I can live. He's finally gone. Now I can be the man. It had everything and anything to do with Tupac. To release a double album at that time was like paying homage to Pac. You're nobody till somebody kills you. I mean, the playlist goes on and on. Like, it was an onslaught of disrespect that this man was doing, yo. And, you know, karma is karma, man. And that's why the West Coast was so furious at Biggie when he came over there. Because, okay, you want to disrespect Pac now that he gone. That's cool. But now you disrespecting the whole West Coast. You think it's sweet out here. You think you just going to come over here and walk around like ain't nothing happened.
Them guns in my room was Biggie's guns because them cowards left the room when they heard the police was downstairs and everybody left their guns in my room. So I got 4 guns in my room. Serial numbers scratched out, and I did not snitch. I took that case. So you can imagine how I feel when I'm in jail for that case. And he out there living a mafia lifestyle, giving me no money, giving me no respect, giving me no tribute, rolling with my road dog who was...
But what you expect, man? Biggie, do he look like the type of dude, well, that'll be loyal? That's going to hold you down. That's going to act right. And it's like, if you give somebody an inch, they going to take a whole mile, man. And that's the saddest part about the streets. You feed these dudes, and they not going to do right by you. Especially when you ain't in the position to feed them no more. Or if they could feed themselves and they really don't need you like that. So... some sad stuff, man.
When I got shot, I mean, come on, man. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Y'all niggas know what time it is.
Yeah. I mean,
what it is that the East Coast drug dealers got them niggas under extortion. I came and fucked up everything. Because I dissed them niggas in the Daily News. They put a hit out on me. When the niggas tried to rob me, which is all they wanted to do, I knew what they told me. That's what they was telling me. Pop, they was sending me messages through my closest road dog saying, Pop, why did you fight them? They was just coming to take your shit. But I wasn't letting nobody take my shit, and I was strapped that day. That's what I couldn't put in the bar. I had two double Glocks on me. And when I pulled for my shit, that's when I got shot.
That's when you shot your damn self.
Oh my goodness.
According to a lot of sources, man. When I pulled my shit, that's when I got shot. They was just coming to rob you. They didn't want to kill you. Why didn't you just let them do what they had to do, man? They was going to rob you and leave it at that. But I had 2 double shotguns on me, so I wasn't going to let them rob me. Go to pull them things out. Next thing you know. But who knew that he had them guns on him? Who was he communicating with? All you got to do is try to rob him. He going to shoot himself. Y'all ain't got to bust those shots. I know Pac. As soon as you see y'all coming, he going to reach for the double barrel shotguns and blows his balls off. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. People keep calling me. Let me turn my phone off. I don't take no bullets, man. You ain't got to shoot him, man. If I put the guns back, I know Pac. You reach for his jewelry, he gonna try to grab the pistols and shoot himself in the balls, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's the easiest sacrifice ever.
And the reason I knew my homeboys set me up is because my homeboys knew I was strapped. The dudes came straight for me. My homeboys is behind the niggas like they running for Sway. My homeboys behind the niggas and they didn't do nothing. They knew I was strapped. All they had to do was grab the nigga and I could have bust. But they got guns so these niggas can come up for me and these niggas just sitting there. And they say get and these niggas drop to the floor. I knew it was a setup. Nobody come downstairs to act them shot.
And then after you shot, after you shot, you went up there.
Hold on, wait a minute, Pop. They told you in advance that they was coming to get you, and you still went to the studio. I'm gonna be there. Damn, niggas try to rob me, thug. Like, keep 2 shotguns with me. I want to see them do it. I'm here, nigga. I'm here. Where y'all at? That's like when you get in a fight and you think you're gonna win the fight, but them niggas beat your ass and you looking at your homeboy like why you let them get me? It's your fault I got my ass whooped. You supposed to help me. Like, Pac, I told you what they was gonna do, man. Told you to stay home. Like, why did you show up? That ain't the point, Biggie. I let your fat ass sleep on my couch. Pay me back for them whoppers. Now you want to get mad at Biggie. Have you ever got slapped and look at the person closest to you like they did it? Like I ain't hit you, they hit you. But you let them do it.
It's like he was a ghost.
Yo, when I walked upstairs, Sway, on everything I love, I seen it in their eyes. I can never describe this look until you get shot and you see it yourself. Niggas looked at me like this. I walked out the elevator, because I walked out the elevator, I didn't know I was shot in my head or nothing. I wasn't, they said in the vibe interview, I was acting like I was in a movie. What they really trying to say is this nigga is raw. I got shot 5 times, came upstairs, did not know I had got shot 5 times. I thought I only got shot once.
Damn, dude, sound like you got a lot on your chest.
Oh my God. It's been so long since the Bays heard from you.
And that's why I'm giving.
It sounded like he was trying to play it off. I mean, they said after he got shot, he came up the elevator smoking a cigarette like wasn't none going. Look, if I shot myself in the balls, I'm going to try to play that shit off too. That's like,
Oh my goodness.
if you trip over your own shoe and you stumble, you just going to walk it off like, oh, ain't shit happen. Like, yeah, I ain't do it. What? I almost fell. I did? Oh, okay, well, I ain't fall though. Did I fall? Let you shoot yourself in the foot while you walking down the street. You going to stop walking? You going to lay down and wait for the ambulance? Hell no, you going to try to walk that shit off like, oh shit, I fucked up. And that's what it sounded like what happened with Pac, man.
You straight raw because you got to go back and tell them the shit that we ain't recording. I'm giving you that, not to tell them the specifics, but you know when somebody calls you, go, yo, why did you do this? You know, they go, trust me, we talk to them, we know, blam, blam, blam. Now y'all know, you know what I mean? Just like they niggas on their radio stations know.
Okay, y'all. Now, I can go on and on with this, but I probably started the video off kind of wrong. Like, you must be out of your goddamn mind. It really looked like Biggie sacrificed Pac, but it's starting to sound more and more like Pac sacrificed his damn self. And rest in peace to Tupac and Biggie. But let's just hear what Biggie got to say about all this. Hold up.
The first time I ever saw you perform, I was at Bowie State University's homecoming, and you and him were on stage together.
All right.
And I, at that time, this was before I had the show, I was doing a lot of reading and understanding that y'all had a friendship and a camaraderie, and went back. He passed. How'd you feel?
I mean, I was more shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't more shocked of him dying. I was more shocked to him. Pac is a strong dude, Joe. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying?
Very
He's
strong.
real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took me by. I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that. So it kind of turned me down a little bit. But at the same time, you got to move on. I felt for his moms, for his family or whatever, but, things got to move on, I felt them. I still feel them. We got the records. I'm out here every day. He run the radio station. He ain't got heavy rotation. He got every rotation.
Every rotation.
You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere you go.
I hear him, and every time I hear him, I feel him. So he going to always be here.
Hey, rest in peace, Pac. Hey, we be back in a minute.
Man, a lot of sources say that, and this ain't no disrespect, man, because I know these brothers no longer here, man, but a lot of sources say that Biggie was happy as hell when Pac passed, and so was Puffy. Like, that's the end of it all. Like, we about to be good up out this joint, man. We ain't got to worry about him no more. They talking about Biggie was devastated when Tupac passed, and that's the reason why he got into the car crash, because he got so drunk and so high that he was distraught because Tupac passed away. But in all reality, it's a possibility that Biggie got drunk and high like that and crashed his whip because he was celebrating. Let's just be real, y'all. I need y'all to take a listen at this.
Not too long after that, there was a big Tyson fight that happened in Vegas. Tupac and the Death Row guys all go down there. And Keefe D and the Southside guys are down there as well as Zip is there. According to Keefe D's book, and he kind of backtracked a little bit on this, I guess that Zip was with Foxy Brown out there. So the fight happened. You know, Mike Tyson even spoke about how guilty he felt because he kept pushing Tupac to come down because Tupac had done a song that Tyson was going to use to walk out into the ring with.
I felt a little guilty about him coming to the fight, me pressuring him for, hey, yo, bring the tape, don't forget the tape, you know? And I was going to go out with him that night. I promised to go to 662 with him that night. But I just had a little baby, and her mother was provoking me to stay home, so I stayed with the baby, and then someone called me that night and told me that happened.
Man, it sounded like everybody in Vegas knew what was about to happen. Mike Tyson's talking about he didn't go out that night because he just had a baby and his baby moms wanted him to stay home. After you won a heavyweight bout, my dude, after you just knock somebody the hell out, you don't want to celebrate. And you're like, oh, I gotta go home. I just had a little baby. My baby moms want me to come home to spend time with the family. I know it was a great fight. And I know everybody want to celebrate and have a good time and sip champagne. But I'm gonna go home and I got a little baby at home. I don't believe that.
So Pac is down there. Everyone's living their best life. And then in the lobby of the MGM, you know, Trayvon Lane points out the guy that jumped him and tried to take his death row chain. Tupac makes a beeline towards Baby Lane.
Mind you, Puffy was paying people like 20 racks for death row chains. Like, if y'all could bring me they he just stirring up stuff on the West Coast. If y'all could bring me they chains, I'll pay you 20 bands. So the dude that Tupac beat up was trying to rob one of them dudes for their death row chain. For Puffy. Allegedly, y'all.
Him, a big fight happens, and then shortly afterwards, the shooting happens, and the car that Tupac and Suge was in gets shot up. Suge gets grazed, Tupac gets killed. And, you know, I did a very extensive interview with Keefe D about this, where he admitted that he was in the car that killed Tupac. He didn't say who the shooter was, but, you know, it could be one of four people. Him being one of them, we're not sure. 3 of them are dead right now. Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, which should...
Yo, there's something else I always wondered and wanted to know. Now, Vegas is pretty big, and the traffic is kind of crazy in Vegas, especially on the night of a heavyweight fight like that. So it wasn't no GPSs, no tracking devices. How was they just so happen to be able to find Tupac on the road? I mean, coincidences do happen, but they had to know somebody that was telling them where they was at, that was a part of the death row squad or whatever the case was. And as many bullets hit up that car, and for Suge Knight not to be dead, man, you just never know. But one thing for sure, Biggie was rapping about how it happened. And it's a whole bunch of stuff that I could get into. I mean, it's like, we'll be here for 2 days, 3 days, a whole week straight if I really wanted to dump out all the information. But like I said, man, I'm making this video so y'all can understand that, you know, these people, they cutthroat. They will get rid of you for your position. A lot of y'all been fired from y'all jobs because somebody said something to get you up out of there. Somebody made up something so they can take your spot. You in line to be the next manager. Now people trying to knock you off or find little stuff on you to get you out of the game. Shit ain't no different when you talking about making millions of dollars, you know?
Right. and Tupac in the passenger seat. And you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge. When you heard the news that Tupac got shot in Vegas, what did you think?
I thought he was dead. Tupac got shot. They said they got them niggas.
Wow.
And that's what I heard. I heard that night. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock. We were sitting on the stoop on 112th Street and got a phone call from somebody who was actually with Keefy D and them. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened when Keefy and them saw them, and this is what I've heard from another individual
Hold on,
who was
y'all.
there.
Wait a minute. Now this your boy Gene Deal on Vlad talking about. Now he works security with Puff. He talking about they got a phone call from the dudes that killed Tupac the same night he got killed. Talking about, oh, we see him. Why would they be keeping in touch with some dudes all the way in New York? Why would they be calling Puffy and telling him, oh, we see Pac, he down here? Now I ain't saying Puffy had nothing to do with it, but why in the hell some West Coast gangsters calling some dudes in New York about what's happening in Vegas with Tupac?
Keith, he said, we're going to go, I'm going to talk to them niggas right now. You know what I'm saying? And they took a left and the other people took a right going back, whether to the hotel or whatever like that. And the individual said he'll tell us what happened when he comes back to New York.
Mm.
But he called us that night.
Are you talking about Zip?
No, it was a dude that was with Zip.
Okay, got it. I mean, according to Keefy D, Zip was the one that provided the guns for the actual murder.
I don't believe that.
You
I don't believe that. You know, for the simple reason is that when is it the Southside Crip have a problem getting a gun? When are you going? You traveling somewhere? You know for a fact that you're going to have artillery there when you get there.
But if somebody tell you, I want you to pop them with my gun. I want you to do this job with this gun, right? Puffy was giving them dudes some outrageous orders. Oh, I want y'all to be at the show. I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to do that. I want y'all. And plus, you got to think, Death Row was ran by some Bloods. Crips kill a blood for nothing. I'm a slob killer, cuz. This is what I do. I kill Crips for breakfast. That's just what I do, man. I kill a Crip for no reason in front of his mama house. It don't take much. And you offering these dudes money to do something that they want to do anyway? They will gladly take your money. Yeah, he wants to slide on it for $25. Shit, tell him give me $5 and Whopper Jr. in the blunt, cuz. Matter of fact, fuck, I do it for my mama, man. It's plenty of times Puff ain't even have to pay these dudes nothing. They was just doing it because that's what they wanted to do. Hold on, y'all.
Whatever like that. And how is it that Zip could come all the way from New York or California and have guns and they can't?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and they were driving. It's not like the Southside guys were flying and couldn't bring guns with them. They were all in a Cadillac, and that makes sense. Okay. And then, Keefe in our interview claimed that after Tupac got shot, Puffy called and said, was that us?
Mm-hmm.
Which, at this point is just hearsay.
Puffy wanted to confirm, was that us? Did we do that? Did I do that? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. When, and it took Tupac a few days to actually pass away. In the beginning, everyone thought that he was going to make it. And then as the days progressed, you kept hearing worse and worse news until finally you heard that he passed away. Okay, so after the situation happened and Tupac eventually passes away, with Tupac being the main spokesman of the beef, the one that was doing the songs and the one that was doing the interviews and kept attacking everyone, how did everyone at Bad Boy feel when Tupac passed away? Was it a sense of relief, or was it like, oh no, this is about to escalate even further?
Well, we knew it may escalate it further, but a sense of relief, I don't think relief. Big was devastated. He was so devastated that he got smoked out of his mind, gave Lil C's the keys. They got smoked out their mind, and they had an accident, and Big went through the car window. Could have killed it. He could have been dead then.
It sounded like they was turning up to me. Yo, Little C's, man, take these keys, man. Damn. Yo, roll me another blunt, man. Pop passed away, man. Damn. Yeah, let me. Yeah. Oh man, yo, oh shit, Lucy, watch out, man. Oh! It went through the window, man. Usually when something, everybody different, man. If something devastating happened, I ain't trying to drink or smoke, man. But that's just me, though. Maybe that's how he cope with stuff like that. But it sounded like they was having a little too much fun. He in the backseat with Charlie Baltimore. Ain't no telling what her bony ass was doing. He ain't have on no seatbelt. They driving crazy. Probably drunk.
He broke both of the fibular bones in his body.
So you're saying that accident that happened between Big and Lil C's, the car accident, was almost like a side effect of Tupac dying?
Yeah, that night. It was like when he heard the news, it was that night. Or you know what I'm saying? He gets smoked out of his mind because, the kid was hurt. You know what I mean? Behind his Pac, behind his relationship with Pac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then, it wasn't going to get any better until people sat down. And still in all, it wasn't Big that needed to sit down with anybody. It was Puff.
Look, man, y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I know I cracked some jokes and I, even chuckled a little bit, but this ain't no laughing matter, man. I want to say rest in peace to Biggie and Tupac, man. As far as they influence on Black culture, I can't say it was a positive thing, but I don't want to beat them down because they no longer here. But this is something I want to say before I go. Can you imagine if Biggie and Tupac were still alive? I'm pretty sure they would have been able to reconcile, come together. I'm pretty sure Pac would have apologized to everybody. I was young and dumb, because you got a lot of dudes out here that was beefing and they able to do shows together now. They able to do concerts and get a bag together now. So I'm pretty sure if Biggie and Pac was alive, they would have a versus battle. That would have been epic. Hit them up. You nobody till somebody kills you. They would have probably had a good time with that situation if they were still alive. I mean, Suge Knight would have had to be in jail for all that to happen, but that's where he at right now. So they just didn't have enough time, man. And Gucci and Jeezy able to get it back together. So I believe Pac and Tupac and Biggie would have been able to get it back too, man. Rest in peace to the both of them. Y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this, man. This is one case in hip hop. I mean, how can I say it? The music industry history to where a sacrifice backfired and the person came back to tell their story, man. So y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button and hit that Cash App too. You know what I'm saying? $ Sean Blaze. Hold on. Jess Jers hit me with a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Jess Jers. I really do appreciate you. And before I go, let me check that Cash App to see if anybody hit me off with something. That way I can give y'all a shout out during the video. You know what I'm saying? But Jess Jers, this video is dedicated to you, man. So let me check this real quick. Damn, ain't nobody hit that cat. What the fuck? Yo. Hold on, Jess Jers hit me with another $4.99. Yo, it's all about you, dog. Are you a male or a female? You're going to have to let me know. Thank you so much for your donations, man. I really do appreciate that. And for the rest of y'all, the Cash App is $ Sean Blaze Docz. We like the type of money that jingle, but we'd rather have the type of money that folds. And for all y'all beautiful ladies out there, let me talk to y'all. I see Truth Seeker Official looking all fine. Annie Mai. Who else is here? Trika Bay, I see you, baby. Diamond Kelly, I see you, ma. Tammy Warren, what's up, mama? Lonnie Bonds, all the beautiful ladies that showed up to see the documentary. I really do appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all be wondering, How come I be doing these documentations, risking my life? I do it for you, baby, because I
risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl.
Sean got the Docz. I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail with the box, and my cell phone look like a box. Try not to get shell shocked when I